come your way in like 1 minute.
So let's take a moment and see if we can't figure out.
We get it, great. If we don't, we don't. Oh,
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Learn XCOM 2. This is Acheron here with Cognitive Dissonance Gaming. It's been a while since my last video. It's been about 3 weeks, and while I have been busy, that's not the main reason for there not being any videos in 3 weeks or so, however long it's been. The main reason has been I just haven't felt like making videos, and when I started making these, I was like, well, I'm going to do them because I enjoy doing them, and it's never going to be work for me. So I didn't feel like it the last few days, so I didn't make any videos. So that's kind of why there haven't been any. But I felt like it today, and so we're getting a video made. This video is going to be a little bit different in that we're trying to focus on a specific technique with this video. We're in this kind of spot in XCOM 2 wherein we're starting to get enemies like this mech and these advanced stun lancers with 8 health, in which we're going to have issues dealing with them because we have our standard weapons here, our starter weapons, and these enemies have a lot of health and a lot of armor. So it becomes very, very difficult to dispose of them. We just don't have the damage output, so we have to find clever ways to do that. And one of these is by using Overwatch. There is, however, some problems with Overwatching, as we're going to see. Watch what happens in this fight. Watch how much damage we waste here. Look at this. Fighting against this mech. We've wasted 2 damage there. We've wasted another 2 damage. There's 4 damage. There we go again. 6 damage wasted. Any more? Yep, here we go. 8 damage wasted. And one more. 9 damage wasted there. 9 damage. That's 2 soldiers worth of shooting that we have just wasted against that mech's armor. Now we have 2 full health stun lancers here still to deal with. This is a problem. Now, can we deal with this? Absolutely. The strategy was sound. Using Overwatch against these guys with high health, that's a pretty good strategy. And now we can move in our soldiers and clean these guys up, right? We can come in with flanking shots. We get the extra damage from the criticals. We got 7 damage on that first guy. We'll move in our other specialist here. And we get another critical there, so that's 7 damage. But now each of them have 1 health, and we still have, 2 soldiers left, 3 soldiers left. So can we clean this up? Absolutely we can. But there's a problem here. The problem is not with the strategy. The problem is with the positioning of my soldiers here. If something had gone wrong here, we hit every one of those Overwatch shots to kill that mech. And now we have just exactly enough soldiers left to take these guys out. We can't miss any shots here. There's no room for error at all. We can clean these guys up, but only if we hit every single shot. Because we can hit for a maximum of... We can't do 8 damage, basically. We can hit for a maximum of 7. 3 to 5 damage plus 2 with a crit is 7. We got the 7, but it still leaves 1 health. So there's no room at all for error, and while this ends up working out fine, I really think there's a better way. If we position our soldiers better, we can do this much more efficiently without wasting 2 soldiers worth of damage on this encounter. And it's going to serve us, here with these guys, it's not that big a deal, but as we start getting into harder and harder enemies, I think it's going to serve us much better in the long run. So that's kind of what we're going to focus on this episode, is not only using Overwatch to whittle down enemies' health, but also proper positioning of our soldiers to take maximum advantage of that. I'm just going to go ahead and clean these guys up to kind of just to show, yes, this is the way we can do it that way. And now we're going to go into a better way. So this is the same game. I just started over again. And this time I'm going to pay more attention to where I'm placing my soldiers. The sniper can stay back in the back, right? I want to put him into full cover here. But I also want to make sure he's far enough away from the action that he can sit back and snipe. That's what he's there for. Now, before we moved our specialist up here to the train, and that didn't really seem to work out for us. So let's move our specialist with our crappy assault rifles over here behind this rock. Now we're gonna reveal these enemies again.
We'll need to look for vulnerabilities.
Or not reveal them, but see them, which is fine. But what do we want to do here differently? Well, we want to move our Grenadier first. We're going to move our Grenadier up here to this train. And then we're going to move our rookie to this tree here. Why are we doing that? Well, we want the Grenadier to shoot first. That's going to give us that shredder ability against that mech. We want the rookie there as close as possible because she has the worst aim. So all we did was we shifted the position of 2 of our soldiers here. Now watch this time how this encounter goes. Same thing. We're still going to be flanked here. We're still going to take an Overwatch shot. Again, the strategy is sound. Positioning is what we're trying to fix here. So we go here. The Grenadier's firing first. Carl gets a shot. Now we miss an Overwatch shot here. So our Overwatch didn't go quite as well, but look at the damage shavings. We wasted 2 in the first part, and then we wasted another one there. So that's 3 damage that we missed. 3 damage as opposed to 9 damage with that shredder. Now we did miss an Overwatch shot, and one of our Overwatch shots went on a stun lancer. But that just means that now we can come up here and in 1 shot instead of 2 clean up this stun lancer, assuming it hits. 91%, pretty good chance. There it goes. And
that was good. Could use some ammo over here.
Now we still have this other stun lancer here to deal with, but we have 4 soldiers left. We have almost our entire squad to take out 1 guy. So come in here, get the flank, just like before. But you see how much more efficient it was, how much less damage was wasted? And we missed an Overwatch shot there. If we had missed an Overwatch shot on our first attempt, it would have been over. Somebody would have taken damage. I guess it wouldn't have been over. We still would have been able to pull out. But somebody would have taken damage. Unnecessary damage. Now, it's all cleaned up, and we've still got turns left, which we are going to use to reposition, or to Overwatch, and then get everybody into position. Again, may not be as vital in this particular mission, but as enemies get harder, it will become more and more important that this positioning works. So it's something we need to practice and get in the habit of doing well in advance here. So now what I'm going to do, again, focusing on position, I'm going to reload everybody. Using this Overwatch strategy, we're going to need 2 bullets per turn. We need a bullet for the Overwatch and a bullet for our turn. We don't want to have to reload on our turn. We also need to watch our positioning in between our Overwatches. And we need to make sure that we're in good positioning, that no one's in a position to be flanked. We have as many people in full cover as we can get in there. And speaking of high health enemies, here's a 10 health sectoid that we miss our Overwatch shot on. So that's not the greatest start. That is not good indeed. But we have more shots. We got a couple others in there. Oh, Carl, come on. I guess it's only a 42% shot.
You cannot make a mistake in here.
I think you might be wrong on that one, Bob. I think we can make mistakes. Although this one isn't going to be too critical. I'm just taking a moment here, if you're wondering what I'm doing, And I'm counting tiles because we have what looks like to be a trooper and a stun lancer back there. And I want to make sure the stun lancer can't get to any of our guys because we can't rely on these Overwatches to hit. We're going to use them as part of our strategy, but we can't rely on them. Looks to me like we're safe back here, but we have to make sure that we're close enough that we have a decent enough chance to hit with our Overwatch shots, but that my soldiers aren't going to be caught out if these Overwatch shots miss. So this Grenadier here is definitely in a position where she can get stabbed by a stun lancer, so we need to get her moved. I'm afraid the train is probably going to be a bit too close, so
I can handle that.
I'm going to move her into half cover, but it's far enough away that they're going to have a pretty terrible shot, I think, if they try to shoot, because stun lancers can shoot. I've been guilty of forgetting that sometimes. So we're going to, as we said before, see if we can draw them into Overwatch, the whole point. So this is their turn. We're getting our shots on their turn. And so far we're doing pretty good. We're getting about 50% shots on these guys. And it's been enough. Ooh, we just hit a 36% shot there. How about that?
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby indeed. Very, very nice. And here comes our other trooper friend here, and our rookie gets a nice hit. Very nice. Congratulations.
Target down.
I think that was a rookie. And here comes that stun lancer in here. And we get damage on him as well. Now he is going to take a shot, and he misses. He only had a 45% chance to hit, even though we weren't in full cover. Now, we probably should have been in full cover there, but you know, we kind of got lucky there. Honestly, it should have been in full cover. It was kind of risky, but it worked out in the end. And now we can just pick him off with Carl here with a pretty good degree of certainty. Nice.
And I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so we're in really good shape here.
I'm going.
Now we just need to reposition and reset up the Overwatch and make sure everybody's reloaded. So that's the other thing we need to point out when using this kind of Overwatch trap. We need to make sure everybody has enough bullets to take 2 shots. And we need to make sure our sniper has his sniper rifle available, not just the pistol. So this technique probably wouldn't be the greatest to use if we were, say, in a timed mission. And this particular mission is a supply raid, so we don't necessarily have to worry about that. So let's see here. We got everybody reloaded, and now we can kind of creep forward just a little
Seems
bit.
doable.
Take as much advantage of cover, full cover as possible. Just gonna move a couple guy or a grenadier up. And I'm debating, I kind of like to get my sniper up here on top of this train, but it is going to leave him exposed. If we kill everything, the exposure isn't going to matter too much, but if we miss, which we're like to do, it could be disastrous. Just want to creep my soldiers up just a little bit because we're awful far back and we need to kind of hunt for them now.
Heading there now.
Hunting is the most dangerous part of this technique because we're leaving, we have to take a lot of half cover situations. I'm going to move my sniper up just a little bit.
Build a happy little
On
cloud.
Overwatch. Scanning. Overwatch.
So my furthest forward soldier is in full cover. Now we know where the enemies are. That sound indication is what we're looking for. We're not trying to expose the enemies here. We're just trying to find out where they are. And if we take little leaps like that, we're more likely to get a sound indication than actually reveal them. If we reveal them while we're going, we're not going to get the Overwatches. We need them to walk into us for this to work properly. So now I put my sniper up there. Now I kind of just want to hang back for a little bit because I want to make sure my sniper can shoot. So we take an Overwatch turn for him. There's nothing. Now we need to set up our trap here. Excuse me, that my phone rang here, so I cut a little bit of footage, but nothing has happened. I had to take a call from work, so right back in it, and we're getting ready to advance just a little bit and see if we can't find
Covering now.
our guys. So I'm going to take one soldier, move them up into full cover again, and get everybody else overwatched here. And if you notice, I'm moving pretty slowly. It's just because I'm thinking constantly about position. So, yep, we revealed here, which I figured we would. But everybody's overwatched, and the person that's furthest forward is in full cover. And miss. And miss. See, this is why we have the full covers. 77% miss and a 50% miss. This is what makes this technique dangerous. But in this case, we're okay. The Overwatches didn't do us any good, but it's our turn now, and we know exactly where they are.
Orders confirmed.
Question is, what do we do with that information? Well, we need to get closer here. And closer doesn't give us very good shots, honestly. 48%. I think that's what that says.
Scanning.
I'll Overwatch here. And I'm going to aid Protocol Carl up there because I really don't want them taking a shot on me. I'm okay with leaving those two girls there. The only one who's going to be able to flank is that sectoid, and he's going to do his mind control stuff, or his size stuff.
Try harder.
Which fails. Awesome. And then these guys can take a shot, but I'm in full cover. Very nice. Yeah, 25% chance to hit. Terrible. Now this other guy, he's going to move, but we are going to get an Overwatch shot on him, and very nice.
No longer a threat. Looks like something over here.
And promotion. Very good. Okay. So now we're in kind of a situation because we have a choice to make here. We can either pull back with our soldiers and try and Overwatch them down again, or we could take these pretty terrible shots. We're going to take this shot with our sniper here. It's not a great shot, and it misses. I thought it was worth it.
We have happy accidents.
Yeah, Bob, sometimes we have mistakes. I'm sorry. Let's see. Just lousy shots all around, it looks like. And I'm running a little low on full cover. I think I am going to pull forward. So when we get into this situation, what I would like to do, since I can't get, I can't even get there with a grenade. I don't want to back off. So if I can't back off, the next best thing is to hunker down. So we got two soldiers. They're both in full cover and hunker down. These enemies are going to have about a 0% chance. Hunkering soldiers down in front is another way we can kind of bait enemies to move closer, because they move closer to get a better shot.
I'm on it.
And this allows you to take advantage and hit them with your Overwatch soldiers. And this sectoid still has a side attack. There he goes. Only only enemy I'm really concerned about here is that trooper. The sectoid is just going to do his mind stuff, which isn't really a threat at this point. And yeah, 0% chance to hit there. He couldn't do anything. What he did do, however, is he made a huge mistake. You see what he did there? He thinks he's in full cover, and he is to the soldier he can see, but not to our Mr. Sniper up there. With a 100% chance, this is a guaranteed kill. No, not that guy. That guy. There you go. Beautiful. That looks like it hurt.
Ooh, nice, nice.
Okay. So now we just have this sectoid to deal with, and he's going to be kind of a pain, honestly, because we got our Grenadier cannot see him at all, I don't think.
Seems doable.
Yeah, not even from there, and there's no way to get a rocket over there. He's just too far away. And he's in full cover, so I'm going to have to destroy that cover to even have a shot at him. And he will shoot the next time. He's used his 2 psi attacks. They're both on cooldown. So now we're going to have to kill him this turn. Fortunately, this cover is destructible. And not only does this give us some guaranteed damage, but what it also does, it removes his cover, which forces him to move. And the AI will basically tell him, hey, you're flanked. You have to move next turn, which allows us to take Overwatch shots. Now, with this rookie here, I'm concerned about her ability to actually hit things. So I'm going to take the grenade, which is guaranteed damage, and honestly, it does about as much damage as her gun at this point. So it's either use it or lose it. I'm pretty sure this is the last enemy. So that was why I made my decision there. Could have taken the shot, and I think I will take this shot with this specialist here. It's not great chances, but if he hits, he'll kill him. It didn't hit. Okay, well,
Focus.
yeah, focus would be good. So we have one more shot here. Everyone is in full cover except for a Grenadier, but we'll take a shot. He's gonna move. He is burning. Come on, and we get awesome. Very good. We had a 50% shot, which is a little bit lucky, but
that was good.
it was good. Thanks. And please tell me that's the end. Please tell me that's the end.
Status confirmed.
It is the end.
All
Great. And we
hostiles
end
are
up with
down
the
and
loot
area is secure.
as well.
Status
So,
confirmed. Mission accomplished.
flawless mission. It went extremely well. And there were several ways we could have done that mission. It was honestly a really good map. Had a lot of high ground. It could have used more, or a lot of high cover. It could have used more high ground. But overall, I think the strategy worked really well. And we dealt with some really powerful enemies in what seemed like a fairly easy manner, just by focusing on using Overwatch to draw them in. We could have done it the traditional way. We could have used our Overwatches just as ways to end our turn. We could have focused on flanking attacks. We could have tried to walk around. There's all kinds of things we could have done differently, but I wanted to try and focus on Overwatching for that mission, and I think we did that. And I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to do, just focusing on one basic type of attack. Probably not very many, because it's honestly in most situations not very good. And again, this Overwatch technique here isn't good in all scenarios. Even scenarios where you have high health enemies. For example, if you've got a turn timer, setting up these Overwatches and getting the positioning correctly, and getting that positioning correctly is critical. Just, you won't have time for it. You have to take the more traditional approach of sticking to high cover and just taking your shots.
Let's hope they all go that smooth, Commander.
But
great work.
I think overall this was a success, and I'm glad we did it. As per our usual, I will be speeding up this base part of it. We'll grab a medical protocol, and we got another sharpshooter. And then this is the Alien Hunters. This is a DLC that came out, and I am going to enable it. I didn't even realize I'd had it, but apparently it comes included with the Deluxe Edition, which I purchased. I guess, I don't know, I didn't purchase it, it just downloaded, unless it's free, which I don't think it is. So anyway, ended up with that, and we'll see how that comes into play later. In the meantime, we have supplies here to get, and we got a dark event going on, which is basically increasing the cost of recruits, and then we need to get this black market scan down here for us, and we really need to buy an engineer, so I'm gonna sell some things here and get some money. We should have a supply drop coming in here very soon. We got plenty of trooper corpses and sectoids, so we got quite a bit of money there, and we're going to try and buy an engineer, and there isn't one. We have a scientist. We need scientists, don't get me wrong, but we really need engineers. So I want to save up for those, and I don't really want to spend a whole lot of intel because I need to start making contact here very quickly. So, speaking of making contact, let's go ahead and make contact down here.
Using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate resistance operating out of this region.
I was going to say we still don't have an alien facility. We just got one, and it is, of course, on the other side of the planet. So that's interesting. And we got our ranger training done here. That's nice. So we can put another soldier in there, but before we do, let's figure out what we need here. Just go back and check. It looks like we need a grenadier. We got 2 of everything else. So, grenadier. We don't have any new guerrilla tactics school stuff, so let's keep going here. Make contact, make contact. And here's our supply drop. We have a Dr. Lian Zhu here. That's actually pretty terrible, both of those, so that's terrible. Let's see if we got an engineer here. Cross your fingers for an engineer. Hope for an engineer. Come on, we need an engineer. And no, scientist or sharpshooter. Might consider getting a sharpshooter actually. I want to make a gunslinger this game, but I don't think so. We're getting magnetic weapons here soon, so I am going to want to save our money. But I'll remember that she's there, and we might come back and get her at a different time. So let's get our supplies here, or not. Let's do a council mission instead.
Course for East Africa.
So here we go. Council mission. We will take out our usual suspects here. I'll set our squatty down in favor of. Gosh, our ranger is still wounded. Seems like he's been wounded for a while. But we've got another ranger here that can come in and take the place for this mission. We'll put them in, and I believe I promoted a medic, didn't I? Oh, a specialist. Not you. You're a medic. Yes. So let's put a med kit there. That might come in handy. So our next time out, we will be going on a council mission. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye-bye.